In this episode, we will take a look at the Design Manager. The Design Manager is a tool that is included in Solid Edge. It's used for copying, renaming, or moving files and assemblies and drafts in Solid Edge. You can also use it to change titles and revision number and a lot of things. Everything that is related to the file itself or the file type. It's really good when you have an assembly and you want to copy that entire assembly, including all the parts and drafts for the parts in that assembly. You can copy everything into new folders, whatever you like. So we will take a look at that, see how it works. I have created some folders, an assembly folder. It has two subfolders, one named 80 and 90, and this is the dimension of the parts. I create an assembly folder, end plug and tube. The end plug and the tubes is actually the assembly. It contains the end plug and the tube. So if I open this assembly up here, that assembly contains the end plug and the tube. The end plug is located in the 80 folder, and the tube is located in the 80 folder, in the tube folder. A lot of folders. What I would like to do is to move all these files in these folders, just move them out in this folder here so we can see them all. So to do that, we open the assembly folder, click 80, and now I'll right click on the draft for the assembly, select Open Design Manager. Here in the left side we can see what this assembly contains. We have the draft. In that draft we have the assembly. If we click this plus icon here, it will expand and we can see what parts is contained in that assembly. So we have a tube and an end plug. We have a draft for the assembly, but the draft for the tube and the end plug, they are not visible, but they are still made. If we open the end plug folder, go to 80, we can see the draft is created for the end plug. Same with the tube. Oh, sorry, it's in the 80 folder. It's here. So we have the draft for those two parts. Well, I created it already, but it's not here. And that's because when you're opening up an assembly, it will show the draft for the assembly, but not the parts. You have to search for it. So click these two files, just mark them. I click the top one, press Ctrl, and then the next one, and both of them are marked. Now go up here, and we can ask the Design Manager to search for any files where these marked files is being used in. So that include the drawing or the draft file. We click here. Now it will tell us what folders Solid Edge will search in. Click Next. And we can see it found some files. Press Finish. One note, if you have a lot of files in your file archive, this will take a minute or something. Also, if your file archive are stored in the cloud, it will take a longer time. It's faster to search file on your local network than it is to search files in a cloud solution. At my workplace, we have all our file archive on the cloud solution. It's not optimal by far, and we have thousands of files out there. And finding a draft for a part like we're doing here, it's not uncommon. It will take a minute or two, maybe 3 minutes, depending how many files you have. When we used to have it locally, it was almost instantly, but yeah, that's how our IT department wanted it. So yeah, here we are. But that was just a warning. If you have your files on the cloud solution, this will take longer time. But we don't have that many files, and it's local, so it's almost instant. I press finish now, and you can see that it has found a draft for both of these parts now. So we have everything available. Let's try to move this. To move it, we can mark the files. Up here we have some options. We can make a copy of the files, we can move them, we can rename them, and we can replace them. We want to move the assembly, so we press the move button here. We select a new location. Up here, and I would just want to place them here, so I'll select the top level, press OK. I mark the tube, both tube files, mark them, press move, and I will stick with that location. Same with the end plug, mark both files, press move, and OK. You see the path has been changed, but the file name is the same. And the changes you see here, they are not changed yet. These are like suggestions for actions you can make. So I can change the location again. It has not done anything yet. It's just settings I have changed. To like submit these changes, I need to click the perform action here. So let's click that. And now it will move all the files. If we expand here now, we can see the file has been moved to the root of this folder now. Close it and take a look. Go here. Let's go back. Now we can see the tube has been moved here along with the end plug and the assembly. And the draft for each part has been moved as well. I would like to make a copy of the tube file. I just want I need to make a new tube, and what I've made here is very similar to the new tube I need to make, so I would like to make a copy of this tube. I can do that by right-clicking the draft. Always right-click the draft, because when you right-click the draft, you get the part instantly. You don't have to search for it. Like if you right-click here the tube, go to Design Manager, you can see tube, but we don't see the draft. Close again. If we do the same for the draft, we get the part for free, so to speak. They're both here, so we don't have to search for it. So let's mark both files. Click Save As in save as a new file. Click that. Now we have to give it a new file name. You see, when I uncheck it, it's red, and that means there is already a file with that file name in this location. And of course, because that's the source file, it's the original file, it's the one we want to make a copy of. So that's normal. I'll just give it a new name called new tube. Same with the part, new tube. I can change the title as well. New tube. New tube. If I need to give it a revision number, I can do that here as well. I can change the project name. Any field here I can add some content to. These fields can be accessed by the template in your draft. You have to set it up, of course. So right now I have changed the file name, and the location is still the same. If I wanted to change the location, I can do that here by clicking here and select a new location for the file. Change it to like 90 if I want to. Now you can see the draft will be located in this file. I can copy that, put it in here, and now I have a new file name and a new location for the file. I just want to make the copy in the same file, so I'll click this button again, select the 80 folder. Now it changed to 80. I can also just double click here, change that to 80 manually, and that's fine as well. So let's perform these changes by clicking up here, perform actions, and now we can see we have the new file name and the new location. Let's close this window, and the new title has also been changed. Let's close here. We see the original file is still placed out here, along with the end plug and assembly. If you go to the tube folder, 80, We can see the new file here. We can try to open it. And here's the tube. And we can see the new title is placed here. Everything is fine. Let's close that. Don't want to save it. Open the Explorer again. Let's jump back. Now let's try to move the entire assembly again. We do that by right-clicking the draft. Open the Design Manager. We do the same as we did earlier now. Just take a minute to open the Design Manager. Probably indexing some files or something. There we go. I'll expand here. Mark the two parts because I need to get the drafts again. Let's find the drafts where these two parts are being used in. Click Next. Finish. Now we have the assembly, two parts along with the drafts. Let's mark the two assemblies. Move. I want to place them in the assembly 80 folder. You can see the new location here and the current one, so that looks fine. Do the same with the tube. Click the top one, Control, click the next one, so they're both marked. Click Move. Here we will find the tube folder, 80, press OK. Do the same with end block, move. Change it to end block, dimension 80. Let's just add a new title to this file. End block number 2, copy, paste, tube number 2. Well, we are moving it, right? Yeah, so it's actually still 1. Sorry about that. And let's give this assembly 1. Assembly 1. Now we have a title for everything. Click the perform action to submit everything. There we go. We can expand and see our changes. Looks fine. Close everything. In assembly, we go to the 80 folder. We can see the assembly is placed there. Same with the end blocks. Looks fine. Tube. There's the old tube and the new tube. That's also fine. Let's try to go back to assembly. We will make a copy of the entire assembly now. So right-click the assembly, open Design Manager, expand the assembly to see what parts it contains. We have the tube and the end block, but we don't see the drafts, so we need to find them as well. Otherwise, they will not be copied. Mark them where used. Just press Next and Finish, and we get the draft. So I want to make a copy of the assembly and the tube, but I like the end block as it is. I don't need to do any changes to that, so I don't want to make a copy of that. So I can just click the top one and then mark the 4 top files, leave the end block. I can click the Save As now. That will make a copy of both the assembly and the tube along with the drawings for it. Click Save As. Now we can give it new file name. What name should we give it? Let's call it a car assembly. There's nothing to do with the car, but give it a unique name. Car tube. So car assembly or car tube. We will use the end block as it is. We can also change the title. Car assembly. Just copy that, paste, car tube, copy, paste. I also want to change the location. Assembly in the 90 folder, that's fine. I can change that manually here. I want to change that here as well. The 90 folder, I already created that, so that's fine. And new file names, new location, new titles. That's all I want. So let's press the perform action to do the changes. Expand here, we can see that it's called new assembly now, or car assembly. And we have the draft and assembly. In that we have the car tube and we have the original tube. Let's close this design manager down. Let's go to assembly and a new one. Let's open that to see our changes. I'll open it in Solid Edge. Here you can see the tube along with the end block. We can see we have a tube here called car tube and an original one called end block. So now we have created a new assembly with a new tube, but we are using the old end block. Let's say you change your mind and you need to do modification to the end on the end block as well, and you don't want to do to add those changes to the original one. So let's make a copy of this. Let's just close Solid Edge. I'll just remove this list. We have the car assembly here. Let's right click that and open it in the design manager. Here we can see that see our assembly, of course. You can expand here. We wanted to replace the end block. To do that, we need to find the draft again. So click the end block where used, then click next and finish. You can see it found the end block. It also told me that it's being used in the assembly as well, and that is true because this end block is used both in the car assembly and original assembly. So that's fine. Just leave it be. We don't need to do any changes to that. What we want to do is to make a copy of this end block now, so we can do changes to the new one. So mark these two files, save as a new file. We call it car end block, and we place that in the 90 folder as well. And we can call this car end block. That's it. Click perform actions. Make the changes. We can expand it a bit again. You can see that the end block has been given a new name now. We've made a copy of it. The original one still exists. Close the design manager. Go here and we can see the end blocks. 90, we have the new one. Go back to the 80 folder and we see the original one is still there. Let's go to the assembly, find a new one, and let's see if the end block has been replaced with a new one. And it has car end block, car tube, and car assembly. Everything is new, and we can do changes to it without the fear of those changes being done to the original file or the original assembly. Let's close this one. Open the Explorer again. Let's try to open the 80 assembly. This is the original one, and it should contain all the original files still. And it has original tube and end block. So that's how you are using the design manager. Remember to like and subscribe if you want more videos like this. Also, we have a course. You can find a link in the description. We will, in that course, you will have access to more tutorials like this, just in a more structured way. So this was the end of this episode. Hope you learned something new. Feel free to post questions and comments below. I'll try to answer them all. Also, if you have recommendations for new videos, just let me know in the comments. Thank you.